Hey guys, today I want to talk a little bit about a process that's going on for me around my physical and mental body, and I want to talk about it because I think that it might be a situation that others might also find themselves in, and I just thought maybe it would be helpful to hear one perspective around it. So I'm actually not feeling very well today, dealing with a sore throat and extra congestion and cough in my lungs and some congestion in through my head and some pretty good chest pain that's cropping up. And I think, ultimately, who knows? We can never know the ultimate cause of anything, really, I guess. But yesterday, I was feeling a bit run down, but we had a friend visiting in town, and this friend hadn't seen snow in a number of years, and so we decided to go into the mountains and show her, get up high enough so we could see some snow, and just kind of go out and be in the day. And anyway, I made that conscious choice to do that, and was still doing other things, of course, to take care of my body and be in this be in this treatment, try and support it in the best way that I could. But before I knew it, I think I probably did not have enough water and liquid for the day, and also did not, I think I was probably out in the cold too long. Then when we got back, I didn't care for myself as immediately. Like I didn't do the things that I know how to do in certain ways to recuperate, and didn't rest right away. I was feeling very tired, so I had said that, Rick and my friend, they went out to go have dessert and just experience some more of the area together. And I did make the decision to not go then because I was pretty worn out at that point. And it was a really hard decision because I really still wanted to hang out, but I just knew I could feel the weakness in my voice, the weakness in my lungs. And then they brought me a great dessert back home, and I did eat that before bed, and that probably was not the best thing at all, given what was happening in my body. So anyway, all of that just as a backdrop. So in the middle of the night, about 3 a.m, I woke up and it was clear my body was struggling. I was having a hard time breathing. Sore throat, swollen glands, and I hadn't felt sick before, and it would take a much longer video to explain all this, but I can tell the difference when I get a virus or something from the outside, or when my body from the inside has kind of just said, okay, enough. And when I start to feel sick from it's hard to describe, but just either external environmental exposure combined with internally what's going on with my body. So again, that's probably another video, but getting to the point of the reason why I wanted to make this video is because I'm sure, it may not be the same circumstance, but I'm sure there's many people out there who can relate to maybe feeling frustrated by their actions leading them to some, letdown of the body. So whether it's being sick or not being able to do something you want or whatever. So this morning, I was really feeling, a fair amount of frustration with myself, oh, why did I stay out in the cold that long? Why didn't I drink more water? Why, that was so dumb to be out, be out by the pool area with like a wet head later after doing that. I shouldn't have eaten the sugar before bed, all of these things where I could really find some self-flogging possibilities. And so I just, excuse me, just noticed that and said, okay, I hear this, I hear all the voices, and also acknowledge the ones and you did this and this to take care of yourself, and you never know, what exactly leads to what. I mean, of course, there's certain, my body is carrying a higher bacterial load, so, and it's also in this intense treatment that's already a lot for its body, for itself. So, my point is, sorry, my point is there's a lot of factors, and I could have dove into those deeply. I could have been very frustrated and pissed off and, sad, and mostly I think frustrated was the thing I felt the most with myself, that somehow I had let myself down or let my body down. And then also there's the fear, like, where is this going to go? Is this something that now is going to turn into like a cold or a lung issue that's going to land me in the hospital? My birthday is coming up next week. Is this something that I'm not, is going to affect my ability to feel good on my birthday, which is something I'd really like to do? All these things, all these factors I could think of and were a factor, were popping up inside my head this morning. And then there just came a point where I was doing my nebulizer, I sat in the bed, and of course I know, like, none of this negative self-talk is anything that's going to be helpful for me. It's not going to help my body heal. And at the same time, I don't think it's helpful either to just stuff it down or pretend it's not there. So what I did is just found myself just when I was sitting in my bed doing one of the nebs, just coming to a place where I was like, okay, I hear you. I hear all those voices, and we can learn from them and maybe do something differently at another point. Maybe not even, but basically I hear you. I hear the frustration. I hear the anger. I hear the fear about where this is going to go. And what I know is true about myself is that what I am ultimately is not dependent on what is happening with this body in this moment in time. And so if I could just step back into that, which I did, and then hold all of those feelings that I was feeling, all of those doubt, all of the questioning, all of the self-flogging, all of the fear, and just hold it in that place of knowingness, that place of love and acceptance, not just for what's happening right now, but also what's happening within the person and the ego that's trying to control what's going to be happening with this body and or what's going to be happening with the rest of this life. And the one who wants to be like out doing whatever she can, seizing the opportunity, and the one who wants to just protect and take care and make sure nothing happens, to just like see all those parts and pieces, hold them all, and just let them be reabsorbed into this place of, I hear you, I love you, basically. And what happened for me after that, and is happening for me, is this level of love, tenderness, acceptance, and not the kind of acceptance that's like giving up, but the kind of acceptance that's just like going back into what it always was anyway. And just saying, okay, like what I wanted to get done today isn't gonna get done in the way I wanted it to. But what that does then is it frees up all the energy that I was using to want something different, or to punish myself for not having something different, or to judge myself, or to judge the situation, or to judge my body. It frees all that energy up. So now that energy can be used towards my healing, but it can be used towards helping this body to function in a way that serves it better, in a way that it can actually get better. And I can actually feel that starting to physically happen in my body. Yes, I am doing all the other physical, earthly things that I need to do to take care of it right now. I'm doing extra meds, extra herbs, warm compresses, all these things that I know how to do, taking care with diet and using my essential oils. But I also needed to mentally, emotionally, spiritually get in touch with that which is even further back behind all of this, where all this comes from, which is that place of love. So it's from this place that I'm sharing with you now. And if you're in a situation that is like this, or has any kind of like resonance, familiarity, I just invite you to step back. And it's not denying the emotions, it's not denying all the things you feel, it's actually just stepping back into that place of heart and love and existence. Even maybe use existence, because that doesn't have the same kind of emotional connotation. But to step back into that place where it all comes from, and just let yourself from that place hold all of that emotion, all of that, whatever it is, the frustration, the anger, the doubt, the fear. Just really let yourself be with it from this bigger, expanded place. And then just watch and see what happens. See where it goes. Let it be, let it exist, meet it. And for me, what I find around that is that I shift into a place of ease. And even though I have pain in my throat right now, I have pain in my chest, I have a fair amount of pain when I'm breathing, there is also ease. And there is an openness that allows for a solution that is beyond anything I could try and plan, that I could try and like work through with my frustration, my anger, my trying to make things different, my fear. I now have an openness to what is possible through this place of what it is ultimately is potential and possibility, because I'm just with whatever word you want to call it, God, love, light, existence. I can be in this place. And the other stuff just starts to be absorbed. And I don't know where it's going to go. And that's actually okay. Like, I can actually say that right now. I couldn't have said that with all of my truth this morning before coming to this place, but I'm hoping that by tomorrow, with extra rest and care and TLC and herbs and hopefully sleep and, essential oils and all the things, all the helpers, I'm hoping that by tomorrow I feel better, and that, I sort of nipped it in the bud and it doesn't have a downward spiral. But I want to say I surrender but I don't know that that word will be taken as the way I mean it, but I don't have another word for it right now. So I'm just going to use it. And I think what I mean by this is I soften into existence, and I'm here, and I'm with whatever is emerging, and that cannot and will not go away in a way that is dependent on circumstance. So I'm hoping that you can feel some of what I'm talking about. I hope that it can be helpful for anybody out there who's going through anything similarly. And from this place, what is true is I am me, and you are you, and we are we. And it's all happening, unfolding, and it's all just existence expressing itself. And it's all absolutely okay, no matter what. So I want you to feel this. If you can, and if it resonates, and if I don't even need you to feel this, but I'm putting it out there in case it's the right time for you to receive this, to be with this, to be with this part of yourself that knows that it's all okay. No matter what, it's all love. And it's all there is.